Hello, this is April 2024. So when I used to teach astrology, I used the metaphor of a Broadway play. In this play, you are the stage director plus all the main characters and the audience in this production. You know how in a play or musical, there are several set design spaces in which the story unfolds on a stage. For instance, like a cozy family kitchen or a colorful market square bustling with townspeople. Um, this is the same way I set up teaching astrology. So imagine that each zodiac sign that I mention as one of the scenes or sets, that some kind of set designer in the heavens built this zodiac sign feeling for you so that your personal life path can unfold in that particular place, maybe in that moment in time. Then imagine that all the heavenly bodies, such as the sun, the moon, or Mercury, as the characters who walk onto the stage to perform their part in this play. And again, you're all the heavenly bodies and the characters in this play. All of them are you. So for April, we're already into April, April 1st, April Fool's Day. Mercury went retrograde in Aries and continues until April 24th. So Aries is a stage setting. Aries sets the stage for the opening scene of the April play, in which you play a starring role in your own life. Aries is a place of action and activity, beginnings. On a stage, it might look like a gym or a busy office or a crowded street scene with red awnings and red flowers in the window boxes. And Mercury is the main character in this case and wants to open the story with high energy, lots of ideas and dreams, but is kind of tired in retrograde. So can't do everything that's in its head. So think of the character from the movie Aladdin. If you saw the Disney movie Aladdin that was way back, I don't know if it was the late 80s or the early 90s, but that's the one I'm thinking of. So Aladdin is walking through the busy markets and kind of the opening scenes. I don't know if it's the opening scene, but one of the opening scenes. Aladdin is this sort of street urchin walking through the busy markets, singing of his dreams to escape poverty and be rich like a king. As Aladdin's story opens, the audience, also you, can see Aladdin's uphill battle. Aladdin, also you. But his imagination is abuzz with activity. Like Aladdin, you are torn, and like Aladdin's audience, you are torn between wanting to dream and focus on Aladdin's obstacles. The audience can see both. Aladdin can probably see both because that's why he's singing of wanting to change his life. And like Aladdin, your dreams may seem tantalizingly out of reach as you enter this April scene. But it is far, far better to be dreaming than to be depressed and hopeless. So that is an actually good place to be dreaming, even if it seems out of reach. Your dreams and that energy that comes with dreaming has energy that you can use and energy you may need after March, also in this retrograde phase to get you going or keep you going. Ideal actions to take this month under this retrograde energy are reviews, reconsiderations, renovations, rewrites, revisitations, reworking old ideas, returning to old projects or ideas to dust them off. Anything that starts with RE, it's sort of one of the rules of thumb. While April is not a good time to start something brand spanking new, this month is a great time to return to something and maybe an old dream and to fan the flames of your dreams. Dreaming is okay. That is a great thing to do under retrograde. Dream your dreams. Think of your big ideas. Let them come to the surface and sing about them if you want to. April 8th, as I record this, it's April 7th. So tomorrow is this big new moon solar eclipse in Aries. If you hear this well after, but within 6 months of the solar eclipse, this still pretty much applies. And you may notice some things about this that link up with reality in your life. So on April 8th, we go back to the crowded marketplace or workplace because we're in Aries. That's the stage setting. Think of words like shakeups, breakthroughs, epiphanies as we set the scene and discuss your part, your lines in this part of the play. You are now two characters at once in the scene. You're both the sun and the moon. So what came to my mind, I love to think in terms of stories or movies as a way to kind of grab hold of maybe a trickier concept. So if anybody ever saw The Parent Trap, I'm thinking of the more modern one with Lindsay Lohan as the twins. And like Lindsay Lohan, you're playing both twins. In the story, two separated twins from birth come together to work some magic and improve their combined lives. And there are a lot of breakthroughs, shakeups, epiphanies in this movie because they come together after being separated. So in this scene, your inner moon twin has a rare moment to outshine your inner sun twin. So the twins in this case are your sun and your moon, both you. But in this case, the moon does not need to compete with or become the sun. It's not trying to shine bright or be the sun or pretend to be the sun. Your moon twin is your moon twin. It is authentic. It gets to be its authentic self and also step to the front of the stage. Usually with your moon authentic self, only people close to you understand your moon twin at its deepest. And that's only if they're perceptive. There are a lot of parts of your moon twin that you hide from yourself, or maybe you're embarrassed about, or you just don't want to show people. It feels too raw, too exposed. There may be parts of yourself that, while no one else would think this way about it, you are embarrassed about. For this scene to work best with this eclipse and the months rolling forward from it, the sun, which represents your ego and shiny, sparkly public self, needs to take a step back and allow the moon, also you, whatever you keep more hidden, to be seen and heard. This is not always comfortable. In fact, it's usually uncomfortable, but not bad, not bad. This scene may get into trouble if your ego can't or won't step back, if you're too protective and don't want to show yourself. If you just want to have the shiny veneer of the sun, your energy will be fighting with this eclipse energy. Or if your moon self, your moon twin, can't or won't step forward to be seen as equal, valuable, lovable, if it's that part of you is too scared, too, just wants to stay hidden, that will also fight with this energy. Normally, the moon feels best quietly reflecting in the background. It doesn't really want center stage most of the time. Once a month it's full, it's like, hey, and then it goes back again. This is time to show your hidden talents, ideas, strengths, those dreams that stay on the back burner, things you normally don't allow to see for yourself or to be seen because you're worried about what your family, friends, or the public, or even your sun twin will think, because your sun twin is more involved with how to be perfect. Psychologically, it can feel that you literally will die if you show people what you can really do and who you really are. You might find yourself fearing both failure and success at the same time, but this is where Aries helps. With Aries in this stage setting, boldness and action are actually favored. Stepping out and being bold this is a great time to do it. Even if the eclipse has already occurred, like I said, you can use this example to help you stop hiding yourself and your talents during the 6 months following the eclipse. And it's always good to know that that moon twin is there and deserves some love. So let's move on to April 20th, the next big kind of peak and big event in April. So on April 20th, Jupiter in Taurus is conjunct Uranus in Taurus. So on April 20th, the scene changes. We're no longer on the Aries set, we're on the Taurus set. The audience sees an elegant picnic spread on a soft blanket in a beautiful, peaceful park with greenery and flowers. We're not in the crowded marketplace anymore. In this scene, you will play both Jupiter and Uranus having a picnic together in this beautiful Taurus setting. So as the scene opens, we see that your inner Uranus got to the park first and has had difficulty sitting still and settling down as you wait for your inner Jupiter to arrive. In fact, this part of you, this inner Uranus, is already a little bored and itching to do something more exciting and even surprising. It's brewing under the surface. Bucolic nature settings and lounging on fuzzy blankets to eat and drink is not necessarily a Uranus idea of a good time. Your inner Uranus craves excitement and change. You need this inner Uranus to keep you fresh and keep you moving in alignment with your purpose in life, which doesn't have to be some big thing, but just kind of a vibe that you're here to experience. Meanwhile, Jupiter enters stage right. Unlike Uranus, your inner Jupiter loves picnics, loves parks, loves beautiful settings, loves food and wine. Your inner Jupiter loves to indulge and enjoy life. You need Jupiter's generous spirit and love of that which is beautiful and harmonious. It's something you actually need and crave in your life in certain ways. You need that just as much as you need your Uranian, maybe possibly hidden desires to do something exciting and keep things fresh. Where the stage director, again, you, and if you don't do it, the planets will just kind of do it for you, and it may look messier than if you do it. The stage director wants to be careful in making sure that the differences between your inner Uranus and your inner Jupiter aren't so contentious that the audience, again, you, doesn't feel that this has to be a fight scene where only one side of your inner world wins. Here, I am reminded of the movie Hair. So this is, I don't know if there's been a newer Hair movie, but I'm thinking of one that was possibly done in the 80s or late 70s. I forget, but somewhere back in that time. And I'm thinking of one of the opening scenes that takes place in Central Park. In that scene, you see aristocratic people, your inner Jupiter, riding horses through a myriad of dancing flower children, your inner Uranus. And in the movie, the scene becomes a well-orchestrated dance that illustrates how Central Park, representing the Taurus scene and stage set, can hold and balance two very different internal parts of your psyche in a sort of disparate but beautiful harmony. So the saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, comes to mind, that while Uranus is going to shake things up. That part of you is going to come out more than it ever has, possibly. Jupiter and Uranus do come together every 12-ish years, give or take. But, so it's not like that rare, but at certain moments in your life, you are more inclined to shake things up and to want something really fresh and to let go of things. But the saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, does come to mind because there are things that are precious to you that you really don't want to shed. But there are some things that you can shed that no longer serve you. And so the wisdom here is to figure out in advance, don't wait till the bell tolls. Be thinking now, even if you see this again after I say it, after this conjunction, because it's a big conjunction that really flavors this whole year of 2024. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but do throw out the dirty bathwater. There are parts of you that are more conservative and want to hang and cling to the past. And they value the things that you've built for yourself, a home, maybe a career, a relationship, just your relationship maybe with children or with friends. These are things you've worked hard to build. So while maybe some of your friends are like the bathwater and can be shed, some of your friends are not like that. They're the baby, they're precious. Your career, while maybe you're bored or restless and you need to do something new, you've worked hard for parts of it. So sometimes people do just throw it all out. And That's not necessarily bad, depending on the person and the situation. Only you can decide. What I'm trying to say here is you're going to have these two competing forces of the tried and true, what you've known, what's made your life more comfortable, and the big force that comes in wanting to totally shake things up and create change. You can't hold back the tide of change. So what your task is to figure out how you want to change in a way that doesn't totally blow up your life unless that's what's needed. Sometimes we do just blow up our lives, and it's okay, it happens. But this is a reminder that maybe you don't have to blow up your whole life. Maybe you can make the change without everything imploding. It's up to you. The one thing you can't change here is Uranus. Uranus wants change, and it's going to want it now and over the next little bit for many, many months. Uranus, it's always creating change, but after, this conjunction with Jupiter, it's going to, this Hair Central Park scene is going to be playing out like the movie Hair in a lot of ways. And things will change, but you have say so. You can figure out how you want it to change, what you need from this situation, what's precious to you, what parts of of your life are the baby, what parts of your life are the bathwater. So it's your decision at the end of the day. All right, take care.